The domain of a function represents all the possible x values. So this is the x-axis. So this blue line exists between x equals -4 and x equals -1. So in interval notation, we have to use parentheses because of the open circle. That's -4, comma, -1. And then the blue line also exists for this function between -1 and +2. So in interval notation, this line down here is bracket -1, because on the x-axis it's -1 where it starts, and it ends at 2 on the y-axis. And then for this final line, it exists between x equals 2 and x equals 5, and we used a bracket over here because it was a closed dot, but we're back to open dots, so we need two open dots like here. So these are all the intervals for each of these three discrete lines. So let's line them up least to greatest. Oh, sorry. The next one, -1, is the next least to 2, and then it goes from 2 to 5. Okay, so right here on this interval, from -4 to -1, then there's a bracket at -1. This interval says you can have any number between x equals -4 and x equals -1, but the parentheses says you can't include -1. But then this piece of information says you can include -1, so it's like a bridge between these two. You can have exactly -1 in our function. It's right down here. So that's why we can combine these two intervals. Oh, sorry, it goes from -4 to 2. You can have any number between x equals -4 and x equals 2 in this function, but I put a parentheses around 2 because there's an open dot there and there's an open dot here. We can't have exactly x equals 2. And so then we use a union, then you can have any number slightly greater than 2 all the way up to 5. We can't combine the intervals between these two because of the open dots. We could combine the intervals here because of the closed dot on the bottom, because you can have exactly -1. So that's the domain. The range is way easier. The range is all the possible y values. So go from least to greatest, look at the y-axis. The smallest y value is -4, -4, -4, -4. That's the only thing we can get down here. We can also have -1 for a y value. These are all -1s for y values. And the only other option for y values is +2. So y is the y values are discrete, meaning that we can only have a countable amount of options. -4, -1, and +2 are the only possible y values. So that's our range. This is our domain, all the x values, and this is our range, all the y values.